Hello, today I'm going to show you Italian casting on and subsequent knitting the rib hollow inside. Take the yarn, cast it on your thumb and your pointer this way, and hold both ends with your fingers in the middle of your palm. Then take the knitting needle, place it from the back side of the thread running between your thumb and pointer and twist it clockwise this way. I'll show you again. Twist it clockwise this way. Then lead the needle under the thread on your pointer. Then lead it under the thread on your thumb. Then lead it out this way. Here we have the second stitch. It is the purl stitch. You can see it because the thread runs over. Further, lead the needle under the thread on your thumb and pick up, then lead it under the thread on your pointer and lead it out this way. Here you can see the knit stitch. This is the knit stitch. We have 3 stitches. Further, let's do the purl stitch. Lead the needle under the thread on your pointer, then under the thread on your thumb, lead it out. So you can see here the purl stitch. Further, let's do the knit stitch. Lead the needle under the thread on your thumb, then under the thread on your pointer and lead it out this way. Here's the knit stitch. And so we continue to cast on the necessary number of stitches. Here's the purl stitch and here's the knit stitch. Again, here's the purl stitch and here's the knit stitch. Purl stitch, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch, purl stitch, knit stitch. Let's count our stitches. 8, 10, 12, 15 stitches. Let's make the last 16th stitch and we cast it on in usual way, as usually. So this is the 16th stitch. We have cast on 16 stitches. It is the Italian casting on. Further, I'm going to show you how to knit the rib hollow inside using this casting on. Take the second knitting needle and let's work. Slip the first edge stitch. Here you can see the purl stitch. This is the purl stitch. And next is the knit stitch. We simply slip the purl stitch onto the right needle, holding the working yarn in front. Then knit the stitch. Then again slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front. then knit the stitch. Again, slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, then knit the knit stitch. So we slip all the purl stitches and we knit all the knitted stitches. And do not forget, when you slip the purl stitch, you must hold the working yarn in front. And so we do till the end. Slip the purl stitch and knit the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, and knit the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch and knit the knit stitch, and purl the last edge stitch. Turn the work and let's do the second row the same way. Slip the edge stitch, slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, then knit the knit stitch, slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, and knit into the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, and knit into the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch and knit into the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch. Do not forget, you must hold the working yarn in front of the stitch when slipping the purl stitch. And so we continue till the end of the row. We slip all the purl stitches and we knit the knit stitches. And purl the last edge stitch. Then turn the work and continue knitting the same way. Slip the edge stitch, slip the next purl stitch, holding the working yarn in front, then knit into the knit stitch. Slip the purl stitch, holding the yarn in front, and knit into the knit stitch. And all the following rows we continue working this way. There is nothing complicated in it. We slip all the purl stitches, holding the working yarn in front, and we knit the knit stitches. And we alternate, slip the purl stitch and knit into the knit stitch. And so we work the rib hollow inside. 1 purl, 1 knit. This rib is well suited for hats and for spring blouses. It stretches not much and it keeps its shape. So let's do several rows in order to make it visible. I remind you that we slip all the purl stitches. We simply slip them onto the right needle, holding the working yarn in front when slipping the stitches. It is the rib hollow inside, 1 purl, 1 knit. We have just worked several rows of our rib, Here you can see this work. It is dense. It is hollow inside, like a empty sack. It stretches not much. You can distend it. It is well suited for hats. Here is what we have. If you like this, click like, visit my channel. I wish you all good. Goodbye. Hello. In this video I'm showing you beautiful patterns and models with one's own hands. Beautiful patterns and models you may knit with your own hands. Visit my channel to learn how to work these patterns. Even a beginner can knit it. I'm always glad to see you among my visitors. Subscribe my channel. I wish you all good. I'm always glad to be on service to you.